Hey guys, I hate starting that way. God, I do. I really do. I'm gonna start over. Hey everybody, how are you? It's Monday, November 7th, I believe. There's no significance about the date at all, except the fact that we'll all be able to hopefully exhale tomorrow after our election is over. For those in the United States, for those who are not in the United States, I know you also know how crazy it's been for us, so I'm pretty excited for it to be over. It's a little stressful. But, however, I've got some, I have to show you Michiko. She's being ridiculously cute. And then there's this guy over here. Like, seriously? Like, how am I supposed to do this? With the cuteness all over the place. It's ridiculous. Hi, everybody. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Okay, so I've got a couple announcements that I think you might be interested in. So first of all, hi, Colleen Patrick-Goudreau here. He just moved closer to be in the shot, although he also just wants his treats. Naughty boy. It's gonna be very distracting. Hey, Jennifer. So what did I want to say? First of all, I wanted to say hi, Colleen Patrick-Goudreau here, ColleenPatrickGoudreau.com. I have a couple announcements to make, and then I'm going to make some sunflower milk, and I thought you might be interested. I actually have never made sunflower milk, but I know it's very similar to making nut milk, because it's a seed milk. And I just got back from LA, and I, we don't really have a lot of food in the house, and I haven't had a chance to go shopping. So I really want to make polenta with some kale. We've got some polenta here. I've got cornmeal. Where is it? Where's my cornmeal? I've got some cornmeal here already. And I've got a ton of kale and chard in the garden, so I want to make some polenta, but I didn't have any milk. And so I didn't have any almonds, because I brought my almonds with me so that I could have, a snack on the plane, etc. And so I ate all the almonds that were for the almond milk. So I looked in my cupboard this morning and I thought, well, I've got some sunflowers. So I soaked the sunflowers also with some flax seeds, just to thicken it up a little bit, and I'm gonna make some sunflower milk. So hi everybody, oh my goodness, you're so cute. Hi. Hi everybody, hi Amy and Michelle and Tammy and Dan, and Christina and Jose and Jennifer and Karen, I already said hi to. And yeah, you do need more polenta, Michael. Polenta is amazing. Polenta is the best, I know. Charlie's distracting, Charlie's trying to take away from my announcements, and Michiko's in front of me, so I have to stare at Michiko with her cuteness and then see Charlie with his cuteness. Hi everybody. Thank you. David and I just celebrated our 15-year wedding anniversary, so we were in LA celebrating that and celebrating our friend's wedding, and you can see all of the pictures and everything from our trip on ColleenPatrickGoudreau.com, today's blog post. And two announcements I want to make very quickly before I show you how to make sunflower milk. I know, he's really stealing the show here, stealing my thunder. And I think Michiko's about to go into a box, which, it's ridiculous. I can't take it. It's not fair. Thank you. Thanks, Zoe. And he's not supposed to be on the counter, and David's actually working from home. He's down in our office right now, and I can hear him. And if he comes out and sees Charlie, I'm in trouble, and so is Charlie. Hi, Sangha. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, you're sweet, Kitty. You're very sweet. Okay, so Kitty said that I need to do a podcast on the secret to keeping your relationship happy and loving. I actually do have a YouTube video on that. So you can actually go to my YouTube channel, which is, well, just go to youtube.com and type in Colleen Patrick-Goudreau or Joyful Vegan. And I actually do have tips for, 10 tips for keeping your relationship strong or something like that. Certainly don't have all the answers, but I could just give you what works for us. Yeah, so you think I should do a podcast. Well, speaking of podcasts, I will make an announcement. Can you see Michiko back there scratching her post? Seriously. Okay. Now I've got two kitties. Really, they're both going to stay right there, and I'm just going to, I could just step away and just show you the cats. Thanks, Kitty. Okay, so as far as my announcements go, which I will continue to announce this, number one is I have a new podcast that I am in the process of working on, and I'm very excited about it. And it's called Animology. And a lot of you know that I've been working really hard on my next book and on TED Talks and really immersed in the topic of language and the words we use that have to do with animals, and so how our language affects and reflects our relationship with animals. And so because I've been doing so much of that in the Food for Thought podcast, it just really felt like it needed to have its own podcast. So I am working on a new podcast called Animology. So if you're interested in this topic, certainly go listen to Food for Thought episodes, because there are a lot of Food for Thought episodes about this topic, but I want it to have its own. So stay tuned. Make sure you're on the mailing list. You can get on the mailing list through callingpatrick-Goudreau.com. Obviously, if you're following me here, you'll get the announcements as well. But I'm very excited about it. So I wanted to share that with you. And today I really finished the first episode, writing it, it's a lot more research intensive than really, I mean, it's as research intensive as any language related podcast I do for Food for Thought. So it's pretty intense. And I hope you're excited about it, because I think it's going to reach a whole new audience. I think it's going to really reach a lot of the folks who are like me, who are really interested in language. I listen to mostly language podcasts, not vegan podcasts. And so I think it's going to reach a whole new audience. So I'm pretty excited about it. I right now will still be doing Food for Thought, but I don't want to make any guarantees about anything. I just know that I feel that Animology needs to have its own. And so that's, so I could easily keep doing all these podcast episodes about language and animals on Food for Thought. I just feel like it needs to have its own podcast, and I really feel like it will reach a totally new audience. Are we still there? God, this connection is getting wonky. It's getting wonky. So that's the answer to your questions. A couple of you had the same question. What's a house with kitties? I have 3. Without kitties, probably, Christina, you mean. Such gluttons for attention, that's true. I know. It's ridiculous. Okay, so moving on to the second announcement. The second announcement, I'll make this brief. For those of you who came to the Compassion Immersion Retreat back in May, I told you that you were going to get first dibs on our vegan Thailand trip in 2017. And within 24 hours, you should be receiving an email from me announcing the trip and giving you first dibs at the, taking a look at the details of the trip, looking at the website, looking at the itinerary. So I'm very excited. So if you were on our, if you attended our Compassion Immersion Retreat, you'll be hearing about our vegan Thailand trip, and then I'll open it up to the public. But I first want to get a sense of who's really interested, and I definitely want to get a sense of, I wanted to give He's not there. Look, I don't even see him. If I go like that, he's not even there. Yes, it's okay. I told you I was going to be in trouble. That's okay, Sarah. I can't see the angry faces yet, or I can't quite see them yet. Bye. What? Look, there's 2 cats. There's still the 2 cats. Okay. So that was the second announcement. I know, some really handsome guy just walked by, and I think he wanted to save face, and so he didn't scold Charlie. He's doing laundry. It's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, amazing. Okay. So that's the second announcement. Before I move on to the sunflower milk, do you have any questions for me that I can answer before I get noisy? Because it's going to get noisy. It's going to get really noisy in here. Charlie. Seriously. Did he, Kitty? Yeah, he's pretty good. David does the laundry. I don't ever do laundry, I'll be really honest. I hate laundry. Yes, so Kitty, good question. So starting with our sunflowers, these are, you can even see I strained them, so there's a little bit of water coming out still. So these were sunflower seeds, and you can see they're wet. and I did soak them. I think sunflower seeds are ones that you don't necessarily have to soak. I know that people make sunflower milk without soaking them, but I think it just really makes it a lot easier to make milk out of, and I just think it's a lot better too. So these are soaked, and as I said, I added about a tablespoon of flax seeds. These are not ground, these are just whole flax seeds, and it's a cup of sunflower seeds, and then after they soaked, I don't know, I mean a lot less time than almonds have to soak. So I've been soaking these since about 6 o'clock this morning, so it's had plenty of time to soak. Yeah, so I mean I would say soak them for at least 3 hours, but then, you know, up to 24, but they're fine after 2 or 3 hours. Mine soaked since 6 o'clock this morning. You do the math. What is it? Oh, about 12 hours. About 12 hours. Oh, is that? No, that's wrong. About 11 hours. Okay. Right? Yeah, we haven't changed our, oh, I don't know. Whatever. So this is a cup of sunflower seeds, and I'm going to use the same ratio, maybe a little less, maybe a little more like 3.5 cups. I'm going to get a little more water. You can look at Charlie and Meech go. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is the same thing I do with nut milk, and just put the seeds directly in the blender pitcher. I know, I don't even know what time it is anymore, but I do want to go for a walk, so I'm planning on going to do that, because I also have to return my gorillas. I'll explain later. Okay, so 1 cup of the soaked sunflower seeds and the tablespoon of, I know they're so cute. This is what, now you can see the burden that I have to bear. The burden I have to bear living with such cute cats. It's ridiculous. Redunculous, as some would say. Okay. Okay, focus. Focus on me. I know I'm not as cute. My paws aren't as cute, but focus. Okay. So that was 1 cup of the soaked sunflower seeds and just about 3.5 cups, 4 cups of the water, just filtered water. And then I'm going to put a little agave in. I like it a little sweetened. And if I had vanilla extract on my person, I would do that as well. But I could always add it later. Okay, so now I'm just going to throw this pitcher on the blender machine and blend it up. And I can't guarantee the cats are going to stay with the blender, although he might. I know, he's a perfect prop. He's really brave. He'll probably stay even if the blender goes off. Right, Charlie? I don't know. Are you guys ready? I'll start it off slow. And I might actually move this so that you can see it better. I'll turn it down. I know, he's very cute. Or I'll face this down, whatever I'm trying to say. Okay, you see okay? All right, Charlie. I don't know if you're going to get scared. Like what Michael said. Michael said, sorry, not gonna lie. The real show here is Charlie. The sunflower thing is ancillary. I love it. It's true, he does. He needs a top hat and a monocle. What do you do with the pulp from the milks you make? Actually, good question, Miriam. Let me just see one more question here. When you soak the nut seeds, do you put them in the fridge or just leave them on the countertop? Ooh. It's like a mind of its own. Okay, let me answer a couple questions here, and I will show you the rest of the process. Don't be scared, Tina. Don't be scared at all. I mean, I keep boasting like this is something to boast about. I'm just proud of it because I made a goal and I've been sticking to it. But I haven't bought commercial milk in months. And my main motivation was because I don't like packaging, and I buy plenty of things that have packaging. So I am not perfect by any stretch. But where I can cut packaging down, I thought, well, I'd love to be able to just make my own nut milks, and I make a lot of almond milk, but as I said, I ate all my almonds, so I had sunflower seeds. So It's so easy to do. So whether it's sunflower seeds or cashews you don't even have to soak really. Almonds, you just soak them and then do what I did. I usually do a ratio of 1 cup of nuts or seeds to 4 cups of water, and then you can flavor it any way you like. You could put some, if you want to make chocolate milk, you could put some, cacao in there. You could put some cocoa powder. If you want vanilla, you can put some vanilla extract or vanilla pods. Seeds. I have agave to sweeten up a little bit. You can also use maple syrup. All right, let me see some of your questions before I keep going. Packaging can be reduced. It's practice indeed. Okay, Michael and Zoe are talking. How long will homemade nut milk last in the fridge? Good question. How do you like your Blendtec blender? Okay, so that's what I know Michael's answering, but I'll answer as well. Tina, I appreciate you doing this. Okay, that's what we saw already. And then when you soak them. Okay, so when I soak the nuts, okay, I'm going to try to go through this. When I soak the nuts, I do leave them on the counter. If I did them for more than 24 hours, frankly, I would refresh the water. There have been times where I was in a rush and I was like, oh my God, I haven't made the milk yet. And so I just changed the water. So that's one thing. Second of all, this is a Blendtec, and I love it. I had a Vitamix before, but it's a little hard for me to compare because I had kind of a lower end of the Vitamix, and it was okay. Yeah, the damper really helps, but it wasn't a great model, so I found it really frustrating still. The Blendtec I love to pieces, and yeah, I love it. So I highly recommend the Blendtec. I used to have an affiliate account. I have to go find that again. I'm terrible at that. And then... yes, the pulp. So I actually had some pulp this morning from almond milk I made last week, and that's been in the fridge now for well over a week. And gave it a little sniff, and it was fine. And I used it on top of my blueberries. I have frozen blueberries every morning for breakfast. And I thought, well, even if I made oatmeal, I would be able to put it on oatmeal. I've used it in waffle mix when I make waffles. You could use it in pancake mix. You can use it in bread mix. I mean, basically using the pulp for additional fiber when you're baking. So you can use it for a lot of things, and the fact that it lasted for more than a week is also good. I'll sometimes just go in the fridge and kind of have a little snacky snack and have some of the pulp, because sometimes there's a little bit of crunchiness from the almonds that didn't quite get completely dissolved. Okay, Michiko's coming back. Okay, and so now I'm just going to get my bowl and my bag. That sounds weird. So bowl and bag, bowl. Michi, don't be scared. She doesn't like the sound of stainless steel bowls. And then my bag. Hi, don't be scared. She really hates this drawer. Okay, now she's safe. Now she's safe just outside the kitchen. She's safe, Michiko. Nobody's gonna hurt you, Michiko. Okay, so then I'll show you the rest. What do we have? Will you eat straight frozen blueberries for breakfast? No problem with that, but kind of funny. I know, I have to be really honest. So only Debbie ever used raw almonds for the milk. The roasted, it will be disgusting. So only use the raw almonds. I've seen people do the sunflower seeds with roasted. I haven't. I've only done the raw, like now. But I don't know. Like, I would never do roasted almonds and make milk with it. Yeah, it really tastes gross. I did a sample just for all of you. But people have done roasted sunflower seeds. I don't know. I'm not going to test it. I'm not going to waste it. So what else do we have? Michael, wait, you eat straight frozen blueberries. So yes, I know it sounds weird, but I do love frozen blueberries. And as you eat them, because you don't eat them really quickly, they start to thaw, and I love the flavor. Like, I love blueberry smoothies, I love blueberry muffins, but I wouldn't sit down to like a cup of blueberries. I'd sit down to like a cup of raspberries or a cup of strawberries, but blueberries, I don't know. Like, I don't sit down to a cup of blueberries, but I will sit down to a cup of frozen blueberries. And I get the Trader Joe's ones, and it's just my favorite. So I put them in a bowl. I usually put just some almonds in there as well, and a little agave nectar I just drizzle on the top, and that's my breakfast. It's one of my favorite breakfasts. If I don't do that, if I want something more substantial, I'll make oatmeal, and I'll also just top it with, I don't know, top it. I mean, I still put like a cup of blueberries in. So I love me my blueberries, and I love my frozen. So what do I feed my cats, Diane? I have podcast episodes and YouTube videos on that. I feed my cats pretty much fish, aquatic animals. I feed them Natural Balance, but I do feed them meat. So here is my blender. Can you guys see this? I'm gonna tip this down again so you can see what I'm doing. So there you go. And basically I have a nut bag, and you can use, a cheesecloth strainer of some kind. And all I'm gonna do is pour this in. I'm gonna be careful because I'm doing this with, you just wanna make sure you don't, your bag doesn't completely collapse on you, because then it becomes a mess. So, you might have to just kind of pick your bag up a little bit and then pour it in. And just pour it all in there. And you can still, what's nice about it is if you didn't flavor your milk when you put your water in the blend tech or the blender, you still have time to do it. Like, you can still do it now. And that's basically what it looks like. And you just very gently squeeze. And you keep squeezing until you squeeze out all the liquid. So I'll be able to see your questions in a minute, but I have to squeeze these. I go squeeze out my nuts. That didn't mean that. I really wasn't trying to be funny. But I do. And they're not nuts, they're seeds. Okay, so I have to squeeze my seeds, which also sounds inappropriate, but whatever. That's what I'm doing. Why are you so dirty? You're such a dirty birdie. All right, so you have to be kind of careful when you're squeezing, just because it can make a bloody mess all over the place. Keep squeezing. You can also add a little pinch of salt also, that brings out the flavor too in the milk, if you are so inclined. And then I'll taste this, because I have no idea how this is going to taste. I haven't actually made sunflower milk before. This is my first time. But like I said, it's the same exact process as when you're making almond milk or cashew milk. People, I have some good friends who make cashew milk on a regular basis. I don't love cashew milk for milk. I find it a little too thick for me. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I know a lot of people really like cashew milk for their coffee. So if you are looking for a really thick creamer, I would recommend getting cashew milk. But I like cashew milk made like for ice cream, but I don't love it for just milk. My favorite milk by far is almond, but I love soy as well. I love the nutty flavor. I like nuts. Again, whatever. Okay. All right, everybody's jumping down off the counter. They think it's, you know why they think it's dinner time? Because they haven't been notified of the time change, so they still think it's 6 o'clock, because technically, right? Be good, no fighting, only love, only toilet. Let her pass. Let her pass. All right, okay. So I'm gonna just give this a little taste, because I want to taste it. Tasting with a spoon, whatever. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's got a really nice, it tastes like sunflower seeds. That's really nice. I like it. I like it. And the question is, will it go with my polenta? And I think the answer is yes. It better is the answer. But, okay, just lost that seed. You can see that it's a really pretty, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a nice tan color. It's a real creamy, really creamy color. Okay, I've got to look at your questions. Uh-oh. Jordy. Okay, good boy. Sorry. Okay, what do I have? What do I have here? Scrolling down, okay. Michael, your blueberry cobbler, huge hit, made it 2 weekends ago. I know, I love the blueberry cobbler. Love blueberry cobblers. Debbie, always raw and soaked, says Diane, love it. I didn't realize how simple making your own milk was. Super simple, kitty. Less packaging. The price can vary. It's not always 100% cheaper. It's either the same or sometimes a little more. It really depends, because of course when you think about commercial milk makers, milk manufacturers, they can do it in volume, so they can get their nuts or seeds or beans or rice, grains, legumes, whatever, for a lot less. So it's not always 100% like it's so much cheaper, but I don't know. I find it really convenient, and like I said, it doesn't use packaging, but it's super easy. Cashew milk, you don't even have to strain. I mean, you still get a little bit of sediment at the bottom of a cashew milk if you don't strain it. which some people like, some people don't like, but maybe you wanted to strain it right before drinking the milk. No, I've just tried, Lisa. I've just tried the roasted. I think it just makes it taste rancid. Like, I just don't think the roasted almonds taste good as milk, because you've already broken down some of the oils, and I don't know, it just doesn't taste good. You can try it. Yeah, it tastes vile, as Michael says. I love Jennifer. You love the gobbler. It's so good. Yeah, good. Okay, everybody's answering each other. Must try this now. Where to get the nut bag? I just got my nut bag from Amazon, so I'm sure you can find them in a health food store. Lots of places. Catherine says, I love cashew milk. Easy to make, thinner by adding more water. True that, true that. Naturally sweet, true that. You won't get the same sweet, fresh flavor with roasted nuts or seeds. Michael, you can also play with the ratio of cashews to milk. True that, you're right. And can you put chia seeds in for thick? Yeah, that's why I put in some flax seeds, because it does thicken it up a little bit. And then same thing. So Amy, I answered the question already about the unused pulp. I keep it in my refrigerator. I add it to waffles or pancakes or breads. I'll sprinkle it on, fresh fruit. You can also like mix it in with oatmeal. So you're just getting all that fiber that you're squeezing, out. You're leaving aside. You would normally discard when you're making milk. So you get to use all that fiber in a good way. Cashew milk mixed with soy milk really mimics dairy milk. I love it. That's cool. Cashew milk and soy. I don't make soy because I feel like I need the whole soy milk machine. What's your main Thanksgiving dish, says Miriam. Hold on, I'll come back to that. How long do they keep in the fridge? Oh, good question, Christina. I didn't answer that. I don't know. I find like 4 or 5 days, but that's the whole idea, right? I mean, one of the problems with the way we think about food these days is that we're so used to everything having this really long shelf life. And so what's happening is companies are putting in so many different kinds of preservatives and oils and crap that basically are meant to prolong the life of, if you can call it food. I mean, if something has to sit on a shelf for a year, or if something can sit on the shelf for a year, that's problematic to me. Like, it shouldn't. You should be eating it. So for me, the milk, I would say about 4 to 5 days. It's actually funny because one thing I notice is that I don't tend to use the milk during the week, for me, because I don't drink coffee, so I don't need, a creamer. And so I tend to make it toward the end of the week because I do use it a lot for baking on the weekends. So 4 or 5 days is what I find. You should make your own milk, Megan. I love it. 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 And then yes, grow your own nuts. Exactly. I love it, Romina. I'm really glad this inspired some of you to make it. Yeah, in that sense, Diane, yeah, it depends on how you want to weigh the cost of commercial nut milks. It's true, because in the end, it's ultimately more expensive, and that's not always just necessarily from a monetary point of view. Last Thanksgiving, I made vegan cream of mushroom soup, and my mom loved it. Michael said, I want to try and make my own soy milk. I've got dry soybeans. It's a little more of a process. I know. I need to get a soy milk machine. Do you do it without a soy milk machine, Michael? I guess I could. I mean, of course you can. I mean, duh. But I guess I have this block. Like, I feel like you have to have a soy milk machine. Preserve human life, not shelf life. I haven't heard that. That's catchy. I like it. So yeah, so that's all. That's what I got. That's all I got. Okay, that reminds me of a movie. Does anybody else know what movie that reminds them of? It's one of my favorite movies. If anyone knows what that line was from, one person says, that's all you've got, and the other person says, that's what I've got. I would be so impressed if someone could name the movie. Just soak them, blend raw, then strain and simmer. Yeah, it is a little bit more of a process. I want to do it too, just because I'd like the idea of doing it, but I like almonds. Hold on. Oh, don't. So best scratching post in the world for those who care, because it's tall so that the cats can actually stretch up and scratch, versus all those little tiny stupid scratching posts that are like 2 feet tall, and the cats, okay, it's 2 feet, yeah, like 2 feet tall, and the cats, when they stretch up, they can't actually stretch fully. Okay, so, all right, does everybody have what they need? I'm gonna go for a walk. I guess I have to feed my cats first. What time is it? I honestly don't know what time it is. Is it 5 o'clock? It's 5 o'clock, right? It's dark. It's so dark. And I ran at 6 o'clock this morning, and it was so beautiful. The sun was just coming out. It was like 6:20 by the time I left the house. The sun was just coming out. I'm going to put that picture up on my Instagram tomorrow morning. So if you want to see my morning run pic, because I don't run with my phone, so the best you're going to get is what it looks like when I step outside my door. And it was just absolutely beautiful. So now that it's dark, it's a little spooky, but I'm going to go for a walk because I have to return the gorillas I used for my Halloween costume to some neighbors. I borrowed them from people on Nextdoor, like Nextdoor, you know what I mean? Like you know what I'm talking about, the little list. Okay, what are people saying? And then I'm going to say goodbye. No, it doesn't tip over. No, it's really solid. It's a really solid scratching post. It's awesome. Nope, not doesn't tip over at all. And Michko's pretty heavy. You've seen her belly. You've seen her belly. No one knows what time it is. I really don't. I'm like so completely lost. I have my Fitbit and it still hasn't synced. So it says 4 o'clock. Why would it say 4 o'clock if we were supposed to move our clocks back? That doesn't make any sense. I hate those short scratching posts. I know. It's almost dark. Be careful. I should be okay. I'll probably find some neighbors who are walking on the street as well. I saw them briefly in another live video. Are you able to show us your meow tiles? Meow tiles? Wait, what are my meow tiles? Michael, the post, wait, I don't know what you're saying. My cat used to try using the fly wire on the windows as a scratching post. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Large base, it is heavy indeed. It's 5:20. Thanks everybody. 8:20 in New Jersey. Welcome New Jersey. New Jersey's in the house. What's the meow tiles? Like I really don't know. Really don't know what you're talking about. And I have my, you want to see my little, I'm going to pour my milk into my milk bottle. Meow over my stove. Oh, I do. It's just a tin. It's just a little tin design. Yeah. I have my pot all ready to go so I can make my polenta, which I can whip up in no time. And I've got some kale out in the garden I'm going to go cut up and some broccolini. I want to get my bottle. I'm going to get my bottle and I'm going to go. Where's my bottle, Charlie? I can't reach my bottle. Okay. Got my bottle. Here's my bottle. And then it's my popcorn maker. And that's my funnel. My bottle. Tomorrow's going to be very stressful. I am going to sleep. I've been refreshing 538.com and I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to run early in the morning, and David's he's not practicing tomorrow night. He normally has band practice on Tuesday nights, and he's not going to band practice tomorrow night. Do you think the sunflower milk would make a good salad dressing base? Maybe. I got this bottle, I don't know, it was like sur la table or something like that. I just think it's so cute, even though you can't see the milk. Can't see. Okay, you ready? This is going to completely spill all over the place on live, Facebook Live. Okay, you ready? I'm not going to look at you. And if you do this, you have to just make sure you check, because if it goes, if you get to a point where it gets to the top, which it's not going to do, then it could overflow. You don't want to do that. Well, see? Keep checking. Keep checking. And there you go. Basta. That's it. And then I put my little lid on, and now I have milk. So when I come home from my walk, I can make my polenta. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching my sunflower milk live broadcast, and for watching my cats. I will end with my cats because they're being cute again, and I know you like to see the kitties. How do you clean the bag? The bag is so easy to clean, Kirsten. I just turn it up like inside out, and I do it right away. So I put the seed pulp or nut pulp, whatever, in a container, and then I just turn the bag inside out, and I just rinse it. But you have to do it right away. So I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, ready? Thanks everybody. Okay, say the nipple, please. Denise Michiko. Say goodbye. Say bye, Michi. And there's Holly. You're welcome, Janet. I didn't do anything that is not real. There's babies right there. Right, Michiko? She's like, why are you blocking where we eat? Because your tripod is blocking us. And we're supposed to eat there. However, Michi, I'm going to go for a walk before I feed you. I have to get you on the new time zone. Look at the hearts, Michiko. I didn't get any of those hearts. I didn't get half of those hearts. Look at that, Charlie. Oh, that's a good idea, Catherine. You're brilliant. Did you see what Catherine said, everybody? She uses, because there are seams inside the nut bag. And it's true, the seeds and the pulp can get stuck in those seams. So she uses, when she uses the nut bag, she uses it inside out so that it's easier to clean. Brilliant. Look at her. She's like on a catwalk. She's like walking away and then coming and showing us her walk. No, it's true. And then she's going to show her little legs. And she's going to lie down and be precious. That's her. She does. She struts. She is a very sexy kitty. I know, but it's not time for food. Very sexy kitty, very handsome kitty. Right there, Mr. Charlie. Charlie gets these, he gets an allergy every year, so we keep putting medicine on his poor little ears, but his ears are all messed up. See, but don't look. Don't look. He's still beautiful. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Colleen Patrick-Goudreau signing off. Go to the website. Make sure you join the mailing list, and I'll talk to you soon. Go check out today's blog, and I want to see you comment on the blog post.